Hey guys, Troy from the Do-It-Yourself world. I can finally make this video. I hope I don't choke up too much doing it. I'm sitting here in my peaceful place, and I've been spending some time conquering the weeds and getting control of my herb bed. I'm making I got some stepping stones. I'm going to put a few more in here. And I'm making it sort of my place of prayer. I never got too spiritual on my channel. I'm not going to start right now. But you're going to hear a few things today. But I've got the mound here over the baby cat's grave. And I put catmint with beautiful purple flowers. This, she loved catnip very much, and I can't grow catnip here. But catmint, the cats also love. And before I put it here, I tested it on our cats, and they fought over it. And catmint really thrives here, and this was a baby off of a plant that we had already in our one of our gardens by the house, and I just thought it was perfect. I wanted a flowering plant, but I wanted something a perennial. I didn't want to put something here that was going to die and make me feel worse. So I got a perennial here, and it's got beautiful purple flowers starting, and these flowers are growing since I put it in, and this is going to spread out and be a beautiful round bush of a plant with just beautiful flowers, butterflies. Pollinators are going to be attracted to it. It's going to be just quite beautiful. And this has always been my favorite place. And I pray in here about every day, weather permitting. I got the hat to keep the gnats off because they are not permitting. They will drive you absolutely insane, and they bite. But I come out here every day, and I walk around, and I start my day here and look at my herbs, and I graze like an animal. I'll eat some herbs here and there, and just look at them, pull a few weeds, and start my day that way with prayer and peace. This is my peaceful place. My grandma had roses, and Mom gave me some a few years ago, and they flowered out beautifully this year. So baby cat is right here next to Grandma's roses, and it was just a fitting place for everything. And anyway, that's what I'm doing here. I love my herb gardens. I can't explain why. I love my herbs. Well, one thing is, after all the years of battling the elements and fighting to try to get anything to grow, I finally found something that would survive here, and so I enjoy spending my time here and sampling the plants that do grow in this harsh environment. I've also got some lemon thyme. They should flower soon, I hope, and have pretty little flowers. I got one here and one here that we put in. We got some strawberry mint that it is a brutal climate here, and this year has been brutal. And this is as big as my mint has got yet so far. And we're going into August here soon. What are we, halfway through July? And it's struggling this year because we had some rough weather early on, but hopefully it'll pick up. I got some chocolate mints. Actually, the chocolate mint died. I got another form of mint over there. They're only 2 inches tall. But just wanted to explain what I've been up to. I'm still doing firewood. That's my primary thing. YouTube doesn't pay anything hardly at all anymore for my big channel. They have this button that says promote. It's a promote your channel, and now you can pay them for views. And I've seen a lot of bigger channels also complaining it's like somebody flipped a switch on that day that they made that available. Our overall views of our channels dropped. A lot of channels have complained. Maybe not all are affected. I just know I saw quite a few channels complaining that on the day they put that promotion button up here, wanting us to pay them for views, our actual channel tanked exponentially and noticeably, and with the income. So it's not really a money-making thing. So firewood is my main business now, and it's a blessing to have that. And I almost stopped making videos. Losing my friend affected me more than I ever could have imagined. Now, I left for the military in '98. Actually, I was in college before that, but I left for 1994. I left in 1994, and I was pretty remote and distant from my family all these years. So we've lost family members, but for me it was more distant. I shed some tears for family members that were lost through the years, but I wasn't even there. I didn't have a very close relationship with anybody at the time. And when I found baby cat, she was 3 weeks old, tiny, sat in the palm of my hand, and she was near death because the people that found her on the road didn't know how to take care of a kitten. I'm going to pause the camera and reset. I'll be right back because my camera glitches after 8 minutes. So I want to tell you a brief story of how this all came about. I was alone, and I felt really miserable and absolutely alone in my life at the time that I found her. I was going absolutely insane from loneliness, and I'm sure a lot of people out there on YouTube can understand that. A lot of people are not able to get out, and I've heard that through the years, that people watch my channels and it helps them. They live through my videos. So a lot of you can understand what it's like to have that absolute loneliness that can drive you almost insane. And so I believe she was put there by God because somebody was driving along a road, and there was this cat in a town, and this little kitten, and they almost, they stopped the car and prevented her from getting run over, and put her on Craigslist, which is forbidden. You're not supposed to post animals on Craigslist, and there it was. And I found her, and I went and got her, and she hadn't gone to the bathroom in days or eaten anything in days because they didn't know how to care for a kitten, and so she was weak, really weak. And boy, that cat, I'll tell you what, if you don't know how to raise a kitten, you don't know what you have to go through. But I'll tell you what, she was a fighter and a survivor, and she growled. You have to, how do I put it nicely for YouTube land? You have to take a wet washcloth and rub their rear end to make them do their duties. Otherwise they won't, and they'll die. And boy, she growled. She hated that. And within 3-4 days, she was litter trained. Not good. It took her a while to learn how to bury, but she did not like that. She was a survivor and a fighter. Growled. Horrible. Never forget that. Potty training her was amazing because she couldn't stand that. Independent, ignorant. Yeah, so we grew together. We saved each other's lives. And that forms a bond that is special, and you can't compare that to, it's hard to recreate that. I don't ever want to do that again because it's very hard to save a kitten. Very hard, very lot of work. But she made it. She got stronger. And, she was a part of my daily life and in my house. And even in the end, she didn't show up on video much anymore because I was more outdoors and she was in the house. But she was a daily part of my life every day. I mean, all day. We were best friends. And even though I have my family, and I love my family and care for them, but the baby cat, I always called her the queen baby cat of the house, and she liked that. She was proud. She loved that. She was always there every day. If I laid down, she was there. If I sat down, boom, she was there. If I took a nap, I'd call her. She was in the bedroom before I was, and she was always there with me. So, anyway, it was hard, and So I took it real hard, harder than I've ever been affected by anything in my life. And I'm not the type of person to go to a grave. I always thought, that's weird. I didn't think I would want any such thing, but I find myself coming out here every day. I don't know why. Can't explain it. I've never been through this before because I was remote. I was far away. Losing family members. Never visited a grave before. I find myself coming out here 3, 4, 5 times a day. I don't talk to the dead and I don't believe in it. But I find myself coming out here and it surprises me. I don't know why. It must be a human thing. But I do. So I'm gonna fix this up. I've planted more. I've got a lot of butterfly bushes, and they were 75% off, and we got a really good deal. We bought a mess of herbs, and I've added a lot of butterfly attracting perennial plants in my herb beds, and come to find out, well, after we bought them, I found out that they were medicinal. And one day I'll go through all these, my herb gardens. I like to keep my herb beds medicinal or edible. Everything in my orchard and herb gardens I want, except for a couple ground cover plants. Everything is edible or medicinal. And so I like to stick with that. Anyway, so I'm getting stronger now, and I'm getting better. So, like I said, I almost quit making videos. And things around here actually did get a little quieter. There's a certain group of people that have always been there and out here causing trouble. And I'm going to continue making videos. I decided I'm going to keep going. A lot of people out there have been with me for years, and so I decided to keep going. I know that's going to anger that group of people who were probably rejoicing when I've been gone for a while, but any tax will probably kick up. But one thing I want to say and I think it's fitting to say it here now, is that Ken, I pray for your salvation. I would not wish hell or suffering on my worst enemy, which you have made yourself to be. I have no desire for harm or hurt. I've really done some soul searching and some praying and turned my life around spiritually, back to where I was many years ago. I was sort of floundering under the attacks for years. But I tell you what, I pray for his salvation. I want you to know, Ken, I know you're going to see this. I know you're going to keep going by. I know you're going to keep doing your stuff. But every time you go by, when you see my hand out, it's not in negativity. It's in prayer for your soul. One day, maybe, we'll meet each other in heaven. But, that's my desire. I don't wish any harm. I don't want to fight with anybody. I'm going to carry on with my business and my work and caring for my family. And as I keep saying, I'm going to keep building my fortress and let the world rage on outside without me. Because I don't need that. I don't need that at all. This loss affected me a lot in many ways. And made some changes. So if you guys, I know a lot of you out there are believers, and if you can pray for Ken's soul and those who back him and support him, including some police officers who I know have caused us trouble. I haven't even ever mentioned that on video before, but there are some officers in various places that need some prayer. And so if you guys could put your energies to that, then I think that's the best thing we can do about it. I know for some of you that might sound weird, but that's about the last I'm going to talk about such things on video. But it fits for right now, for here and now. Being able to bend like this, I didn't think I'd ever be able to bend my knees again. Being able to sit in the ground like I am, I still am pretty much sugar-free, and no artificial flavors or ingredients or colors or preservatives as far as I can. And you see the results. In past work, you saw me in most of my videos, this knee wouldn't bend. So I'd kneel on this knee and I'd do my work, but this knee was always 90 degrees, it wouldn't bend. And now to be able to fully sit down like I used to is a blessing. So being sugar-free and chemical-free is another miracle in its own self. So anyway, storm's coming. I better get this camera in. I mean, it's going to be right here soon. I was hoping I'd get the video done before it hit. I'm feeling a couple drops. So I'll get this video up to you guys here in a little while, internet permitting. And I want to start making more videos. Not so much my daily work here in the homestead anymore right now, because I'm not doing a lot of homesteading. I am going to talk about my herbs, but I do want to do some topic-based videos, and I want to get back into my solar power and work when I'm not doing firewood, and the rain is coming. So please do like this video, guys. Pray for your enemies, and hope to see you all in the next video.